Hi, welcome to a video of my flea market finds for Sunday, July 6th, 2025. First purchase. I had just arrived and I found this, and it's a Panaview lighted 2" by 2" slide viewer. I love this little thing. I remember seeing this in catalogs when I was a kid, and why I love projecting. Anything that projected images on the wall always fascinated me. I have my still right there, my projector in its box that I got for Christmas '79. I was always fascinated with movie slide projectors, Super 8 projectors, 16mm projectors. I always love everything related to that. I had when I was 6 years old, I got a Kenner Give a Show for Christmas. It didn't last very long, but I loved it. Anyway, so I got this, and it's right here. And you see, you open this thing here, put 2 AA batteries underneath, press here, and it lights up. I tested it, it works, but I don't have a slide right now. So this was only $2, yes sir. So then I found my Mr. Spick and Span seller of Spick and Span things. I always bring weird things. He had a whole big box, well, big, about, I don't know, maybe 12" height or 14 inches high, square box full of movie equipment, movie material. I mean, so not equipment. But I knew everything. I knew what everything was, because it turned out to be film material from a film student from Concordia University. I don't know the student, his name is on the box there, and he studied there a few years after I did. I majored at Concordia University in film animation, so I recognize everything. So I picked 4 items, and that we'll look at in a moment, and for fun. And also some of it was in my mindset was to be used to test my my silent 16mm projector I got a few weeks ago that I with a Mickey Mouse film, and it broke because I can't figure out how to thread it. So I'm going to have some of this to experiment. I wanted to offer $10. He wanted 20, then 15. I negotiated. I don't know how I did it. I managed to get it for $13. For $13, I got these 4 16mm items. So we have this box here. You see, when you bought negative to shoot 16mm film, you would get it in these little very rigid boxes, or plastic boxes, 16mm times 100 feet. This is specifically something I'd never use. It's reversal film. So what you shoot is what you play on the projector. It's not like a negative film which you pull up. So, but negatives would always come on these reels. And you had to load when it came with a negative inside, you had to go into a totally dark room, no lights whatsoever, to load up your camera, either your Bolex or if you, like me, you shot animation, you would use an Oxberry. And this particular reel seems to have a reversal film on it, so in black and white. So if I can figure out how to thread my projector, I'll be able to look at it. And the student, I can say the name, I don't care. It's Leonardo Silvo, and it says deadline. Nina Romano Group 5, Tyson Phillips COM 5284. It's funny how all this film material ended up at the flea market. Maybe think about my own stuff. I have like 2 boxes full of stuff like that of my student films. Hundreds of drawings I did for my film Oink. Oink is on YouTube. If you check Oink and you add my username, it used to be the first result. Now you have to keep looking. It's 5-minute cartoon. Anyway, so I have this. This is what we call mag film, which is actually magnetic film. It's actually recording tape, but it's not on tape, it's actually on 16mm support. Now this is how animation was made back then. You see, you would thread this stuff. In the States, I think they used Moviola machines, like you can see in the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But in Canada and Europe, we used Steenbeck tables, editing tables. I should have queued up a picture of a Steenbeck to show you. And you would load up, you had a little screen, you can load up one image and 2 soundtracks or 3 tracks without image at a time. You would record sound on this. If like this guy, you shot a live action film, you would use 1/4 inch reel-to-reel tape that on small reels that you would record on a Nagra machine. Those were very precise but expensive machines that would stay synchronized with the Bolex that you would use to shoot your 16mm film. And when you would transfer it onto a magnetic film, you would load it on the Steenbeck table with the sprockets down, and you would thread it through little gears. And whatever you played, you would have a little lever to move back and forth, backwards, forward, or still, and it would always all be synchronized. And you would use a special marker to write on the film, and as you played the sound back and forth, you would be able to analyze the sound, the dialogue. And now I'm talking about something specific to animation. You would write the dialogue, and you would know exactly how many frames each syllable would be, and that's how you would, after doing the sound, you would actually animate. You would do cue sheets, or called dope sheets sometimes, to figure out how many frames per syllable, and that's how I would animate cartoon characters talking. So I have some boxes of this stuff. So I thought this has no splices in it. I might use that actually as could be useful to test a projector like the one I bought. This, I was surprised when I figured out back home. I only took this one because as well I couldn't find any splices. I thought, okay, this will be practical. Although I can't load this core. Yeah, it has to be on and I don't have a split reel. I missed out on a split reel at the flea market a couple of years ago. It was way too expensive. The guy wanted too much for it. But this is Leonardo Salvo's film Morbido, and it says second answer print. I've looked at it a little bit, and yes, it turns out that it's an answer print with optical sound, the Academy leader at the beginning. So if you put that on a metallic reel, on a regular 6mm projector, like a Bell & Howell projector, for instance, you would have a complete student film right there. It's probably 12 minutes long, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to get and those are expensive to get. You pull them off an AB negative roll. There was a large canister with the negatives inside. I had no use for that. This I took as a nice medium-sized reel, and there's I don't know what's on it, if it's an answer print or if it's a word print, because there's several splices in it, but that's a Deadline. It says Deadline, the same title as on this reversal film. So I thought these would be cool to have. I left behind the 2 1/4 inch tape reels because I didn't have any use for that. I already have way too many blank reels for my reel-to-reel recorders. So I got this for $13, and next purchase was oh yeah, that was fun. I got the guy had all kinds of construction things and stuff, and he had 2 brooms, a used one and this Vileda broom, brand new. Didn't have the thing to scoop the dust with. I forgot the dustpan, but you can see it. It was never used. It's brand new. I got it for $2. You know how much these go for? Okay, it doesn't have the dustpan, but those go for around $13. So $2 for that. I was very excited. Well, excited for a broom, and it was a fun purchase. After the broom, the guy had all kinds of stuff like that on his table. I made a stupid mistake. I was trying to get the right cord for the 16mm projector, but it's ridiculously small. I forgot it was as big as a coffee machine plug. So anyway, $1. It's okay. It's just $1. Then I found a Holy Grail. Not quite the edition I wanted, but it will. I'm really glad I found it. I've been bugging every comic book seller who had Tintin books if they had Tintin et l'Alf Art. None of them knew what the hell it was. I remembered reading it in school in the 80s. Well, this guy had some expensive comic book stuff, and he had this one, Tintin et l'Alf Art, which is not the original that came out in 1986 that I read in college. And it's a reissue in repackaged reissue in 2004. What Tintin et l'Alf Art is, it's simple. It's after the Tintin et les Picaros, his last book. Tintin et l'Alf Art was going to be his next book, so it's his unfinished book. And what you have is, and so many Tintin collectors don't even know about this book. So this is a different edition than the one the original one I read back in college. So what made me buy it anyways is, and I hate the 2000s books because the paper is so freaking thin you can see through what's next. I hate that. Cheap skates using thin paper. That's why I don't buy books that are too recent. I try to get older editions. But this one I had to get because page retrouvée, found pages. Since the first edition, they added these pages that are not in the original edition. Now it's still not the original edition that I want, with the original cover in 1986. But I managed, because it's not the original, I managed to get it down from $20 to $15. So that's pretty cool. So at least now I have all the Tintin books. I need to upgrade my Tintin et l'Alf Art by finding the original 1986 edition. But it says here Le Scénario. That's weird. Huh. Okay. So that was $15. What I did, that I get, oh yeah, a little tiny figurine there. Guy had some Fisher Price Little People and a few assorted other things. I don't think that's Fisher Price. It's not quite the same size. I don't know where that comes from, but I like how he looks fat on this thing. Probably all the characters from whatever toy this is from are the same shape, but I like how he's resting his paw on his belly and his fat. Well, it's Pluto, of course. I got this for $1. Sure, why not? Then a guy had a box of LPs, $3 each, in rough shape. I had to buy this as a placeholder. I switched to French here. Il était $3, je l'ai eu à 2 parce qu'il y a des méchants scratch dessus. Là. Mais Jenny Rock, une petite fille, c'est la première fois que je le vois en stéréo. Moi j'ai déjà une copie mono. C'est son dernier long jeu, c'est son moins bon aussi. Elle a fait quelques 45 tours après, mais c'est son dernier album. J'en ai une copie en bon état en mono, mais je l'ai jamais vu en stéréo. Fait que ça me le prenait, même si il y a quelques... Oh boy. Ouf, il y a des scratchs là-dessus, man. Oh boy. Mais ça me le prenait parce que c'est ça. Je collectionne les disques de Johnny Rock, puis celui-là il est stéréo, puis je l'ai jamais vu en stéréo. I collect her records despite the bad condition. And because of the bad condition, I got it down from $3 to $2. Same seller. As I was leaving, I saw some stuff on the ground, and he had a book I needed to get. So it was $5. So because he made me a deal on the record, I had to give him the $5 for this book. But it's over 284 pages. I'll switch to French first. So bien sûr, Michel Barrette, un de nos plus grands conteurs au Québec, un stand-up comique, mais aussi un méchant raconteur. Un fan d'automobile, puis histoire vraie de chars, d'avions, de motos, de sièges bananes et de meurtres. Fait que ces genres de livres-là, ouvre-les pas si t'es pressé ou t'es occupé parce que tu seras plus capable d'arrêter de lire. Plein d'anecdotes, puis de photos, puis Il montre les paquets de chars qu'il a possédés dans sa vie. Je pense qu'il a dit qu'il y en a eu 160 quand il a fait ce livre-là en 2017. Il y a plein de chars qui ont passé à travers son garage. Là, fait que j'étais bien content. Il était un peu sale, je l'ai lavé, là, il est comme pas trop pire. Là. Fait que I got this $5 book from the same seller. Yeah, he's a stand-up comic in Quebec, and he's one of our best storytellers. He can start, and he's always very captivating and interesting when he talks about cars and various things. So he has all kinds of stories, biographical stories, and things to tell about. Always start with a different car because he owned over 160 cars. He's a car fanatic, and not all at the same time though. But he has very interesting stories linked to the cars, so it's not just about cars. So I'm really glad I've never seen this book. I didn't even know it existed, although I might have seen an interview on TV once where he plugged this book. But anyway, so that was my last purchase of the day, so thanks for watching. Hey.